Hello, hello, Ed Petty here. This is a very short video, actually it's about 12 minutes, to go over what a job checklist is and how that differs from a job description. Job descriptions are old school, they're useless. Well, they're not totally useless, they're useful, but they're not as practical as job job checklist, which is part of our goal-driven system. So I want to give this to you, and it's going to be part of our mini MBA program, which we're going to launch in February for managers and their doctors. So have fun with this, and we'll be talking again soon. Okay, see you soon. So we're going to talk about job descriptions, only I call them job checklists because these are different. This is all based upon what I call the goal-driven system, which is a book that I wrote, actually, I wrote very recently, which I recommend you get it and read it and apply it and use it and give me a great review if you wouldn't mind. You can get it at goaldriven.com or you can get it directly on Amazon. This book was inspired greatly by another book, which has been on the New York Times bestseller for 10, 20 years. Mine is, if you buy it and get other people to buy it, maybe mine will get there too. But The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Maybe you've read it. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's really profound. It's a thicker book. It doesn't need to be. I mean, it's good, a lot of context to it, but it boils down to 7 basic habits that are, if you get it and really apply it, it's unbelievably useful and valid in my experience. Now, the second habit is all about begin with the end in mind. And what's that? That's a goal, right? Begin with the end in mind. It's so obvious we overlook it and we forget about it. And we constantly have to be reminded about, oh yeah, begin with the why. That's everything. Every morning you need to begin with the end in mind, right? Every week, every month. So I apply this to management, and right now we're going to focus on job descriptions, or what I call job checklists. So a goal, let's take an example of football. Football, you've got to take the ball to the other side, to the end zone, or kick the ball through the goalpost, the uprights, right? So that's the goal. So the team gets together, it goes over plays, procedures, the action steps that are necessary to win, to achieve those goals. And here's an example of a play, the left tackle blocks here and the right end goes out there for a pass. And so they work on these different procedures, different plays. And if they're done right, done correctly, boom, you achieve your goal. Okay. And you have objective performance monitors to see how well, whether or not you're achieving your goals or not. Now, Stephen Covey says that begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. You need to know where you're going in order to better understand where you are now, so that the steps you take are always in the right direction. And this is a part I really love because I see it all the time. It's easy to get caught up in an activity trap, in the busyness of life, to work harder and harder at climbing the ladder of success, only to discover it's been leaning against the wrong wall. So that's why I emphasize your mission, your core values, your outcome, and you review that regularly. It's not just theory. It's actual practical things you do. Now, it starts out as a theory. Covey says that, habit 2 is based on the principle that all things are created twice. Okay. There is a mental or first creation. Okay. Your vision. You need to have that, right? This is why I'm doing this. Okay. Now bring it down to the real world and a physical second creation. Mission is the first creation. The practical, the outcome is the second creation. He says, look at a business. If you want to have a successful enterprise, you must clearly define what you're trying to accomplish. The extent to which you begin with the end in mind often determines whether or not you are able to create a successful enterprise. Now, I made this little arbitrary scale because it's not, we go up and down the scale all the time. But at the top, say it's at 5, you have a crystal clear, exactly, in fact, you're pumped. You come back from the seminar, or you're just in chiropractic, you just graduated, whatever it is, you are pumped. You can clearly see where you're going. You can clearly see why you're going there. and then disappointments or whatever, or it's what it is, and then pretty soon you get rough. You can lose it. You can get kind of vague, or you're starting college and you don't know why I'm going to college. My parents paid for it. I don't know why. And then gradually you finally, hopefully at some point you start seeing where you're headed. You start getting your goal. Now let's take an example of the front desk. We could take any role. Let's take the role of the department of the front desk. What is the goal of the front desk? Well, obvious is to get patients to see our doctor. That's the goal, to get our patients to see our doctor. Not our doctor, our doctor. Okay, so what are the procedures? Well, answer the phone with a smile. Make recalls, right? Maybe enter multiple appointments into the computer. These are all action steps. There's maybe quite a few of them. But if you do it right, patient comes in to see the doctor. Yeah. And if you keep doing it right, lots of patients come in to see the doctor. And if you keep doing it right, you've achieved full capacity, which is the goal of the front desk. Full capacity. Now for the whole office, we're watching stats. We're watching stats, and we look at the numbers on a daily basis. But for the whole office, let's look at the goal for the whole office. For example, the mission for the whole office might be to help as many people as possible become healthier, relieved of pain, and educated so that they'll continue to work on improving their health. And the capacity goal would be full capacity. Usually we figure this in terms of visits, maybe visits per week. Now, as the numbers go down on a weekly basis or daily basis, monthly basis, we're moving away from our mission, moving away from our goals. And if they're going up, okay, we're getting closer towards our mission. We're getting closer towards our goals. So what you do is if they're going down, you go, ooh, boy, we got to fix this. Why is it going down? Let's something we can do. It's not because of the weather. It's something we can do to turn it around and make it go up, right? We're losing. The other team is winning. What can we do? Let's figure it out. Okay, now if we're going up, wow, that's great. Now, what's causing it? Why is it happening? Okay, it's not because of the patient gods. No, we're doing something. Something's happening that's making this go up. What is it? And then how can we reinforce it? We don't want to just be on a roller coaster. How can we reinforce? What kind of support does it need to have to keep this going up? Until we hit, of course, full capacity. Now that's for the whole office. Let's take a look just maybe for the front desk. And this would be applied for any role, any goal. Everybody wears different hats, maybe 14 of them. You can wear many hats or take on many different roles. In fact, we all have many different roles. The problem sometimes is they get mushed together. I want to keep them separated. So for the front desk, again, goal for the front desk is the mission is to see that all patients are sticking to their schedule, the care plans. And a full capacity outcome would be all patients scheduling per their care plans such that the appointment book is full. Okay, a full appointment book. Now there's various stats you can keep to monitor this. Total visits, of course, percentage of fully booked, percentage of kept appointments. If those are going down, well, you get together. How can we fix this? This is your sandbox. Who's ever assigned this? This is yours. This is yours. And the doctor needs to know that this is, you've taken ownership for this. You stuck your neck out, for better or for worse. But it's a game. It's a game. You could lose, you can win. Don't take it that seriously. Have fun with it and try to win. So we're going for a full appointment book. And we've got at the end, we've got our goals, right? We've got our goals. But the procedures are the bridge to our goals. They will take us there, right? They have to be done correctly, with enthusiasm, with cheerfulness, authentically, honestly, and maybe they need to be changed now and then, or improved now and then, or we need to keep practicing, just like any athlete. So now all of this takes us to the job checklist. Boom! This is a sample. The job checklist is the bridge to our goals. Now on the job checklist, we begin with the end in mind. Okay, so the mission, why are we doing this? And then the outcomes, okay, and then the stats, the key performance indicators. And the thing is, if you really get this, anybody can work out their own procedures. After a while, you could figure out how to get that, You figure it out sooner or later. But ideally, you've got somebody to help you, or you already have a template there to work off of, and you customize it. You only want to write down maybe that if you've got 100 things you do for the front desk specifically, you only want to write down maybe the top 20, the 20% of the, even less than that, the most important things. And they're yours. And then you meet with the manager or you meet with the doctor, and you guys once a month or more frequently go over it. And the doctor might say, you're doing really good at number 4 here, but number 6, what's going on? I know, because you guys work it out and get it straightened out. Or maybe you're doing all of them all the time except for number 16, and you're not doing it, and you're not doing it because whatever. And so you guys work on it together, and then you look at the stats. So you got the stats and you got the checklist. Those are your boss. That's your boss, and the manager there is to help you get those. Get to the goals. That's it, to get to the goals. So this is it. This is very quick. Hope it helps. It's different from job descriptions. It's different from a lot of management because it puts you in the driver's seat. This is your sandbox. This is your checklist. And it's all about getting to the goals. So on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, begin with the end in mind. So that's it. And I'll be seeing you around soon.